We'd like you to use this deck.
Sure thing.
Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Azure, and today I'm going to be giving you the Bermuda Triangle deck list, which of the new set that's not being released yet. I didn't make this setup, this deck profile up. It was actually found on a website of the latest, well, not the latest, of a winner of a local Vanguard tournament in Japan. And so since they've already got the cards, yeah, it's most similar. So your leading Vanguard will be a Bermuda Triangle Cadet Shizuku. Main reasons because of her effects is, she can get called to the rear guard when a Bermuda Triangle rides it, and then you can counterblast one as a rear guard to put this into your soul, and then look up to top 5 cards of your deck and search for one grade 3 Bermuda Triangle. You've obviously got to show it to your opponent, but then you get to put it into your hand and reshuffle. So basically you get a free grade 3 if you're grade stuck at 2 quite early, and then you get to reshuffle for better cards as well. So yeah, that's the main reason she's your starting Vanguard. Okay, moving on to triggers. So in this deck the winner decided to run 6 draw triggers, 2 Edria and 2 Fundy. Fundy because if you put it into your soul you get plus 3k to any unit, so it's just a random plus 3k booster, and then you can put a grade 1 rear guard down instead, so you get extra boost. It's like a critical hit angel, the critical trigger for angel feathers and many other cards. So yeah, it's just a pretty standard draw trigger to have. So moving on to critical triggers, he runs 3 Gunslinger Star Floridas and 3 Prism Miracle Canaria, obviously because of the 6 crit triggers is always useful, especially with the grade 3s because they're just so powerful in this deck, but we'll get onto the grade 3s later. Finally, the heal trigger, you want Prism Miracle Timor, just because the artwork's just really pretty, and you gotta have 4 heals anyway because that's just how you run a standard deck. But yeah, moving on to the grade 1s. So we're going to start things off with Prism Clear. This has an auto Soul Blast 1. When this unit is returned to your hand from the rear guard, you will pay the cost, and if you do, choose another Bermuda Triangle, that unit gets plus 4k. There's also a grade 2 that's very similar, well, it does the exact same thing, but it syncs really well with your grade 3 Vanguards, so yeah, that's the main reason why you use it. So it may not make sense now, but when you see the grade 3s it will. So yeah. So now moving on to Bermuda Diva Biscay. She has an auto ability 2, your Soul Blast 1, and when this unit is placed on the rear guard, or the rear circle, if you have a Bermuda Triangle Vanguard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, look up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, search up for one card named Bermuda Diva Biscay from among them, reveal it to your opponent, put it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So you just get an extra 6k, or 5k shield, depending on whatever you need at the time. So yeah, it's a nice card because you get a reshuffle, and you get a card for a soul blast, for a counter blast. Moving swiftly on to Prism Romance Mercure. She has an auto ability when she's called to the rear circle. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Prism in its name, this unit gets plus 3k power until the end of that battle. So she's a 10k hitter at grade 1. So it's a really nice card to have on your rear circle to back up your Vanguard for a nice attack. So yeah, moving on to the P-Guard. So our P-Guard is Mermaid Idol Ellie. She's a pretty standard P-Guard, 6k, but you don't really use her to boost or anything. She has a continuous. You may only have to have 4 cards of center of your deck, so you can only have 4 P-Guards, which is how many you run. And obviously she has the P-Guard ability. I think the main reason you run her is because she's the only P-Guard, but her art is just so pretty, so you have to bask in Ellie's prettiness. Okay, moving on to the grade 2s. Okay, so to start off the grade 2s, you have Prism Romance Lumiere. She has an auto rear circle ability. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Prism in its name, this unit gets plus 3k until the end of the battle. So it's an 11k hitter, which is quite nice to have on the rear circle, especially if you've only ridden like a grade 3, or no, well, if you've only just ridden grade 2, so that means you get a free 11k with, and that's not even been boosted yet, so it's pretty good. Moving on, ISM-Promise Celtic is the next grade 2 that the person was willing to use. It has the exact same as the grade 1 unit we looked at. You Soul Blast 1 and when this unit is returned to your hand from the rear circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose another one of your Bermuda Triangle, and that gets another 4k on top of it. So it's nice to have. So then you can relay it back down. And to round off the grade 2s, you have the lovely Prism Smile Lugarian, the 10k vanilla. Everyone needs a 10k vanilla, so and it's got great art, and it's from the new set, so why not? 10k vanilla, new, good art, new set, use it. Okay, now moving on to the grade 3s. And finally the grade 3s. So starting off with the grade 3s, we've got Prism Vert, Prism Image Vert. She is amazing, just to start off with. Okay, so she's got a limit break. If you've got 4 or more damage, when a Bermuda Triangle rides this unit, draw a card, and choose 2 of your Bermuda Triangle rearguards and return them to your hand. And then choose your Vanguard, and that gets plus 10k until the end of the turn. And then there's also a constant of the Vanguard circle. During your turn, if another Bermuda Triangle rearguards is 4 or more, this unit gets plus 2k. And then obviously there's the Lord, so you can't attack if there's any other Bermuda, if there is something that isn't Bermuda on the field. But yeah, so even if you haven't got the other grade 3 Labrador, Labrador, yeah, so even if you don't have that, you still get the extra 2k, so that makes it the 13k hitter on its own. Yeah, but then you can use its limit break to then ride Labrador on top of it, and then that, okay, John, we'll just get on to Labrador right now, okay? So, moving on to Labrador. Okay, so with Labrador, basically, she has a limit break of 4 again, so neither of them you have to counterblast for, so it's, it's a free limit break. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may choose up to 3 cards with the word prison in its name, and from your hand, and call them to a separate rearguard circle. And if you call all 3 of the units, then you get plus 10k and the crit until the end of the battle. And then when you're on the Vanguard circle, you can counterblast with one of them with the card. So you counterblast one, and one of your rearguards with Prisoner's name, you can return it to your hand. So you can use the Vert to call back 2 damage. Sorry, I'm really excited here. Okay, you use the Vert limit break to call back 2, and and then you give the plus 10k to Labrador, and then you use her counterblast to bring back 1. So that means you definitely got 3 open spaces. Then you use her limit break, and that means you can put 3 down. So that means you get another 10k plus the critical. So that means there's 10k from Vert, so that's 21k, and then she gets 10k from herself. That's 31k, and then if she's got a 10k vanilla or 11k vanilla behind her, depending on how well it syncs with her, then she can be hitting for over 40k, and that's without triggers. So I can understand 100% why the guy won and why he ran this deck. So I'll definitely recommend this deck to anyone. I know that I'm going to be running it for when I go to the Bermuda Triangle Dazzling Divas booster draft, which is soon. I think it's in just over a week. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this very amateur deck profile. It's my first one I've ever done, and I hope you guys don't hate on me too hard for it. Sorry I don't have the physical cards. Obviously I don't live in Japan, so I can't get my hands on them. When I get some nice fully completed decks, I'll be doing them myself, and if not, then my friend Wesley will be doing it for, I'll be filming him doing them for the channel, since he has so many cards and so many decks, and he's a really talented and knows his knowledge player. So yeah, please comment, rate, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video I put up. Cheers.